Hey everybody, this is Brittany from Surfing Waves of Light coming to you exactly as I am right now, um, with my hair like this and sunburnt and just literally exactly as I am when I walked upstairs to channel this message. It's been a really crazy week. I know the Mercury retrograde energies ended, and then some other sort of hellish energies came for me. I've been fighting a lot with my partner. I have been witnessing some oof, ugly aspects of myself, and it's been really challenging. But I am very thankful for all the tools, because even though in the moment I'm not always able to snap out of my emotions and feelings, um, I am able to forgive myself quickly, which is something different than I used to experience. Today I surfed with one of my clients who is progressing super well. Shout out to Jen. She caught some really big waves today. The surf was 4 to 5 foot. It was way bigger. We've been going out 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and today she really just shined. It was awesome. So that was rewarding, and the surf session really helped just shift me out of this hellish energy. When I was in the water, I was starting to get a message, and I asked the guides if they could, give me the cliff notes, but then bring it through now, because I love channeling for you all, and it's really important for me to get these messages out there. But sometimes life and the energies and just the way that I live right now, it can be challenging to just sit down for 20 minutes. So, all right, I'm going to bring the guides through. I believe today's message is around emotions, and let's see what they have to say. Thank you all for being here. It is so cool. All right. Greetings, dear beings. It is I, the energies, the love, the light, the joy, the peace of yours truly, Asante, Germain. I am here because this topic is one that my energy best contends, best comprehends, best navigates and explores for the verbal interaction that we are about to have with you. Emotions. This subject is so dynamic, so watery, so wide and vast, just as the feeling self, the emotional self of humans is. You see, dear beings, just like the ocean, just like the sea, you are all full of a variety of feeling, of self. You have calm days like the ocean. You have choppy days like the ocean. You have strong, overwhelming, death-defying, powerful days, just like the ocean. And so, when it comes to emotion, there is so much resistance that comes from beings on planet Earth in the expression, experience, and moving through emotions, happy or sad. But of course, most of the resistance comes from the lower emotions. These are the ones that you all do not wish to experience. And these are the ones that force you to see sides of yourself that are not loving, that are not pure joy, that are not bliss. And when these emotions are ugly, no human being wants to see that. And yet this leaves us, you all, with a bit of a conundrum. For in the world you chose to be born into, you experienced a time called childhood. And during this time, you were stuffed full of moments where life was not within your full control and capacity. Free will is not fully experienced on this planet, sometimes for an entire lifetime. But generally, free will does not truly occur until a being is in their 20s and maybe late teens. And even at that time, the mind is so distorted that free will is not yet truly flowing through the mind-body-spirit complex. No, there is still distortions. And so from all these moments where your free will, the equivalent of unconditional love, is taken away from you, what happens is, like a garbage can, and for this example we will use a picture. Imagine your body, mind, spirit complex, stuffed full of trash, like a trash can. Imagine that there is paper, little crumbly pieces of paper of every moment when you couldn't fully express what you needed, or when you had to obey your parents or an authority figure or some other being who had control over you, peers, siblings. As a child, and even as an adult, these experiences are endless. And yet, because you have had these experiences, because you are imprinted with them, there is a time when you need to express and expel these energies, these experiences. And so, inevitably, as an adult, these experiences will be triggered through situations with your beloved partner, with situations with your family, with situations with co-workers, friends, community members. chiropractors, physicians, all sorts of beings. Any being in your life is a possible trigger for you, for their behaviors can bring up in you something about yourself. And yet when these emotions come to the surface, they can be not pretty. They can be not fun. The experience of them can literally make one on this planet feel as if they wish to die, feel so anxious, so depressed, so out of control that they are not wanting to be here anymore. And we know that you all experience ranges of this. That is an extreme example. And now today, with the technology and the heaviness of the energy when not being transmuted, it is something we notice is more common. Even beings living the most intriguing of lives can be stuck in these emotions. And to make things even more complicated, you all are so hard on yourselves that when you do see an ugly aspect of yourself, which is merely an emotion, an experience, a thought, trying to expel itself from your mind-body-spirit complex, because of the ugliness that you perceive through your judgment, because you judge yourself, you not only experience a horrible emotion, but then you feel bad that you expelled and expressed that. And so you hold it against yourself, and you take a moment of explanation and you judge yourself based on that moment for infinity. We see humans do this all the time. They do endless amounts of beautiful and joyous things. And yet, when they sit down at night to go to sleep, or when they are in quiet, all that they see are those moments when they were not their perfect best selves. And so they judge themselves, good or bad. Even if you are very obsessed with a good experience, an award, some sort of egoic kind of experience, when you sit down, you notice these and you judge yourself and you hold yourself to it. And while the good experiences can be helpful, of course, we want your spirit to be high, uplifted, and in joy. The only problem with this constant self-judgment and holding self to one moment is that the truth of the matter is that you are a new being in every single moment, that you are reborn and renewed every single second of the day. And so, no matter how horrible an experience, how angry you are at a family member, a partner, a resentment, some sort of awful thing that occurred in the past that you are still holding on to, any moment you can decide to shift that. Any moment you can. And so this is a powerful idea, dear beings. A powerful one indeed. And some things need to simmer. They need to be allowed. You need to be allowed to feel the energies, to feel the anger, to feel the resentment, the hurt. That is serving you too. But these emotions are served on your plate of life eventually so that they can be released, so that you can walk into the next moment a little bit lighter, a little bit more full of light, and with one less piece of that garbage, that trash that is filled in your mind-body-spirit complex, that is filled in your mind, that is not in your full awareness, and yet one goes off. And so if you experience an ugly or hellish, as this being has put it, aspect of yourself, be okay with that. Know that you are evolving in each moment, and that you are trying, and that you are becoming who you are meant to be. and that the journey on planet Earth, it is a challenging one. You did not come here to feel peace all the time. You knew that would be your goal, but that it was not how it was going to feel. For you would not have come here if you thought that you were going to dance around with rainbows and butterflies. No, that was not the purpose of being here. The purpose of being here was to experience it all and know that no matter how poorly conditioned, how much unloving action, thoughts, or ideas could be put in your vortex, in your spirit, in your complex, that the power of freedom, truth, and unconditional love could still set you free, could still bring you back to that oneness, to that peace, to that joy, to the beingness that you are. You are all such beautiful beings. And even in your moments of crying and anger and lashing out, we watch you with love. Just as a mother looks at a baby with love when they are crying and screaming and lashing out, we know that you are experiencing being stuck in a body. We know that it is frustrating as all can be to not know how to come back to peace, something that your mind, your inner being fully craves. And so you created a world where there were many blocks to peace. It was the only way that you could experience this. And so here you are experiencing it, navigating each day, each moment, becoming more of who you really are, and shedding away these skins that you have taken on in order to know yourselves in a unloving form. And now you know, and this experience is valuable. And even in your darkest moments, know that you are shooting off desire for contrast from that experience. And that even in your darkest moments, you can create loving ones. You can say, I do not wish to go back this far, to be this upset again. I wish to clear this level of anxiety, anger, fear, resentment. I wish to let it go. In the midst of any sort of crisis, you can call us in and say, dear guides and teachers, right now, it does not feel like I can change the way I feel. But I am asking you to come and be with me, to come and hold my hand and walk with me as I experience this horrible experience. Learn from it and choose again when confronted another time. Be kind to yourselves, dear beings. You have all been stuffed with lots of trash, and cleaning up it's an arduous, laborious task, one that you have taken on and one that we are here to help you with. You are all here to grow in light and love, and we will continue to look upon you with all that love, laughing with you when you are experiencing your low moments, because we can see the great love, the great peace, and the great experiences that are coming your way. This is Asante, Germain. Your emotions are just like the ocean. They are vast and wide. There is a deep array. Allow yourself to experience, and try not to be too unkind to anyone else in the process. Experience, release, and choose again. I love you all so very much, and I will speak to you again at another time. All right. Asante Germain with a message about emotions, and he said it all. Yeah, it's really cool. The ocean. I kept hearing like oceans and emotions, but then I heard other things too. So, maybe it's like our emotions are like the oceans, and the ocean is so wide and so vast, and so are we, because we're infinite. So, yeah, I think Asante Germain said it all for today. And just want you all to know that if you're, seeing an ugly aspect of yourself, just know that we all do. Everyone does, especially people that are in the spiritual world, because when you start trying to heal, that's when you start to witness all this shiz, I'll say. Try not to curse, but that's what it feels like to me when it comes up, and you feel just terrible, but better moments come, and ask your guides for help. Find the tools, the resources, whatever you need, the activity, surfing, the ocean. It's so magical in its abilities to shift your field. I mean, I see it every time. When my dad got sick with cancer, I went out in the ocean and I felt better, and it didn't feel like there was anything that could make me feel better. So find that thing. That's my advice. I'm sure the guides agree. I feel like Asante Germain is still really with me. I really felt him here today. I giggled right in the beginning of the channeling because I just really felt him right here. It's cool. And he doesn't normally come through alone. Him and the Arcturians are very tight in my guidance system, but I think when it comes to these touchier subjects, like Asante Germain is, he's the guy. All right. I love you all so very much, and I will speak to you again at another time.